Hey, what's going on everyone? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another Steve Rising video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the permanent banner characters. What are the characters that are in this banner? What are some of the best ones? And the ones that you should definitely invest into whenever you actually get them. Especially since I think everyone's going to be getting their first 5-star character from this banner because of discounts and also the amount of just charms you get for free that you can pull and get that first 5-star. So what are the characters that we actually have on this banner currently? Well, you can go to details and actually see all the characters here and also all the other things you can actually get from this banner right here. So we have all the 4 stars pretty much in the game. One Way, Finala, Atao, Ikora, and then my boy Kabir. And all of these guys, I would say that they're pretty okay. All the 4 stars are pretty serviceable, but on this video we're mostly going to focus on the 5-star star in this banner, which is Ningfay, Tank 2, and Jeler. And let's start with the bad news first, and that is Ningfay. Unfortunately, I feel like Ningfay is a bit underpowered right now. Seems like he's supposed to be all about AoE damage, doing tons of AoE, but he just doesn't really do that very well. At least when you compare him to other characters like Wolf, that can just clear rooms bad very easily. Ningfay just can't really keep up, especially for being a 5-star. If the other 4 stars couldn't keep up, then that would be one thing, but this guy's supposed to be a 5-star. He's supposed to be one of the best characters in the game, and the one thing that he's trying to do, he doesn't do it very well. So if you got Ningfay, he is at best okay, but I definitely wouldn't put him towards the top of any sort of list. Unless that list is just about being cool, because he is a really cool character. I just hope that he gets some buffs, so he can actually be much better in the future. Another positive thing about Ningfay is that he will add some more survivability to the team with his shield and also with his clones. But in the end, I just think he's a really alright character. Thematically, he's amazing, but when it comes to gameplay stuff, he's just pretty middle of the pack. So unless you really like Ningfay, I would really recommend that you heavily invest in him, but he is very fun. But the good news is that the 2 other 5 stars in the permanent banner are actually really good, and actually some of the best characters that can actually be playing right now in the game, that being Tank 2 and Jeler. So now, let's start with Tank 2. This man basically has everything. He buffs the team, he heals the team, he has some crazy single target damage by being able to use both scout rifles and snipers, which are both really good in the game. There's nothing that this man cannot do. The super alone in this character pretty much makes him worth it, but all the other things that he also has in his kit, especially with the amount of damage he can put out, it is very good. And definitely one of the characters that you think of when you start thinking about the best actual unit currently in the game here at launch. Tank 2 is he just does everything. He literally just does everything. Actually, almost everything, because his AoE damage is not really that great. So for ad clearing, he is not really the best. But it's just because he's so strong at doing single target damage that he kinda had to lag somewhere. His super specifically being able to give your whole team a 40% damage increase is very crazy and something that's gonna be good in any in-game activity, so you're probably always gonna see this guy in raids as well as any harder Grandmaster content. So if you guys just got Tank 2, then congratulations, you got one of the best characters in the game, and for sure the best supporting character in the game that's really gonna help your team. And the last one we'll talk about here is Jeler, which is another powerhouse in PvE. And the reason Jeler is so good is because of her insane survivability, as well as just a crazy amount of damage that she gets, essentially for free. One of the big things that's going to help Jeler out is her ability to increase her damage by just taking damage herself. So every time you take damage, it's actually going to increase the amount of damage you can put out up to a 70% increase, which is gonna make you just absolutely disgusting. You actually have a lot of sustain and healing on your kit as well, so staying alive is never really an issue. You're kind of like the tank of the game. You have a lot of built-in survivability, over shields, you can even taunt enemies, but whenever you taunt those enemies and they shoot you, then you gain some crazy amounts of damage, which allows her to put out some of the biggest damage numbers in the game. You would think that somebody that has such an easy time staying alive would have lower damage numbers, but no, she's actually one of the best damage dealers out there and one of the top tier characters currently in the game, with Tank 2 as well as Wolf. Yes, Wolf is actually one of the best characters in the game, and it's kind of crazy that you just get him for free. He's just like the main character. She's easily one of the best characters in the game right now, and she's also just very cool. She's just a really cool character, and her weapon choice is also amazing. She uses a sword and an SMG. Both the Huckberry and the Red Spinner are definitely gonna make Jolder even better. And if you're here because you got Jolder, well, once again, congratulations. You got one of the best characters in the game right now at launch. So there you have the short version. Those are the best characters that you can pull from the permanent banner currently in Dusty Rising. Now once we actually get the characters, we're going to be putting out specific guides on them and how to make the most out of them, their best combos, some builds, all of that. So make sure that you guys are on the lookout for that in the upcoming days. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.